Hibernation is over for the rest of the world, but you're hanging out in that cocoon just a tad longer, Virgo. Until April 19th, the sun is in Aries and your private, intimate 8th house. Your hermit side would prefer the company of a few ultra close companions, if any at all. You could be immersed in a focused project with lots of details that consume your attention, but it's not all work and no play. That is my monthly horoscope for April 2021 for Virgo. So the reason, oops, almost had a little accident there with my tripod. The reason why I'm mentioning this, my horoscope, because it rang really true to me and what this video is going to be about, which is going to be the post-pandemic anxiety. Welcome. If you haven't been here, please check out my other videos. But today I'm going to be talking about just how I feel about the world slowly opening back up. So several weeks ago, I actually came upon this term called post-pandemic anxiety, and I was like, oh my God, that's what's happening. That's how I feel right now. Because even though it took a while to adjust back in March 2020, to adjust to what the world was going through and everything was happening, and now I feel like I'm adjusted to kind of like it said in my horoscope, the hibernation of it all and being intimate, or just, being in my cocoon, if you will. I've just been used to that for so long, and I've been adjusting myself to that now thinking about going back to what life was pre-pandemic is terrifying for me. So, another backstory, I live in New York. I've said this in my previous videos, and just thinking about the possibility of normalcy, if that even is a thing really. And I always think about like the subway. So, I have to, like, just say if I have to go to work, for example, I have to go to work, I have to wake up, I have to time my commute from when I have to walk to the train station, swipe my car through the turnstile, walk or take the escalator down, wait for the train, then get on the train. And mind you, the platform to get on the train is usually crowded with people. The train itself is usually like, when I mean we are like sardines, like tight, any nook and cranny, because everyone has to like go to work. And now the thought of doing that freaks me out. Like, I can't imagine being on a ultra crowded platform and or train right now. It sickens me, and it just makes me want to like sanitize my whole body. And then I'm thinking, like, how did I do this for many years without even thinking about that? Like, that's what's happening in this whole pandemic life. It's like I think about those things that was like normal to me. Like, I just can't imagine doing that all over again, and the possibility of doing that all over again. It doesn't bode well for me. My anxiety has, if you will. So kind of like I want to also reflect on what this year has been. I think I did a previous video like how I'm coping, but now that it's been like kind of basically like a full year, like a 365 days year, I just want to like think back of like what I've done, what I've accomplished, what things that I've let go. I think it's really important, if you're lucky enough to able to kind of reflect back on these moments. So let's think back, okay? So I had a job in fashion, got laid off, or it was furloughed at first, then got laid off, and then, of course, that's when the whole world was going crazy. I watched Game of Thrones like in a matter of like a few weeks, which was dope. I picked up watching Community on Netflix, which is like probably my favorite show right now that replaced The Office. I actually started training clients during this time, because I'm a kettlebell strength strength coach, so I started training people. I started upping my content a lot more on Instagram. I changed my Instagram handle, which was a huge, like, that was another anxiety thing. So my handle for the long time was Chic Inspector, because I had a fashion blog, and so all of my handles were Chic Inspector to kind of reflect this site that I have. Just to like a little disclaimer, my blog is still there. You can still go to chicinspector.com and read my articles and things like that. That's not going to go away. But as a whole, as a brand, I do want to brand myself outside of fashion, and I want to go more into fitness, health, wellness. And so to have just my name as my IG handle and my Twitter handle, I think it will be a little bit more more leveling for the brand and for me, and just for people to recognize my name. Because I was doing a certification, and someone was like, oh my god, I had no idea Sunita was your name, because they always seen Chic Inspector. So it was just a good thing just to keep that rhythm and that kind of like branding across all boards. I would have to say, not kind of like having a 9 to 5 has been really nice. Again, I got laid off, so I'm currently on unemployment, but I am picking up more clients and getting more training, and that's kind of like where I'm guiding my business right now, and kind of cultivating that. And so it's been very, again, the thought of like a 5-day 9 to 5 work week is also another anxiety for me. And I also have to say about this, I think probably not in my lifetime, probably in the next generation, probably Gen Z, and probably the generation after that will abolish the 5-day work week. Mark my words, the 5-day work week will no longer be valid in several decades. I think they're going to get rid of it. Hopefully sooner than later, but it's going to get gone, because it's just not, it's not conducive to the mental health and wellness to people. Like, it's just ridiculous. 5 days, and then you have like, it's Saturday, and then you have to prep for the next 5 days on Sunday. It doesn't make sense. So I think hopefully soon they're going to get rid of that. Like, they're going to get rid of it. They have to. I would also say that here's a few of my regrets. It just came to me that I always wanted to try Invisalign, and I never I never got Invisalign. It was like, oh my god, I was like 360 something days passed, and I didn't even get on Invisalign. So hopefully, I actually have a dentist appointment like tomorrow. So hopefully I will, if I can get Invisalign in a matter of like a few weeks and just start that would be so great. But like, I kind of like, I totally should have like got on Invisalign when I should. But that was like a huge regret of not getting on the Invisalign train, because I think I missed out on that so as much as possible. Okay, so the other thing, so that was like a huge regret. I would definitely say another regret is kind of like practicing like my makeup skills, because listen, makeup is a lot. Like, I just beat my face lightly, put on a little bit of lip for this video, and that's about it. But if I really should have had time to like really practice, one thing I really always wanted to learn how to do is do eye makeup, like blending and all of that stuff like the girls do. I don't know how to do any of that. So I wish I would have spent some time, some hours of my week, of my days, weeks, month, trying to like learning how to do all that fancy eye makeup. Because listen, there's some girls even on this YouTube that just know how to like blend and make it look so pretty and effortless. I just don't know how to do that. I can probably do like a line with some mascara. That's the extent that I can do. That's the extent. So the question is, for myself and for you, if you're dealing with the post-pandemic anxiety, is like how to pick up where we left off, right? Like, how do we kind of go back to this normalcy or whatever? Like, how do we deal with all of this anxiety? And there's so much, I think, what the year has taught us, that like a lot of things are out of our control. So I always like to go back into self and take a journal, write down, literally take a pen and a sheet of paper, and write down like the things that bring you anxiety. like what are those things, and write it down and see like what can you overcome of it, and see if you can work around it. You know, if is it, you know, getting back into an office? Is it the fact that a lot of people in during this time realize they don't like their job and they pivot and they pivoted? It may not be the fact that they're in a cubicle, it just may not be in that particular industry that they're in. So write it down, like what exactly gives you anxiety. Is it the industry? Is it is it that you're coming to an office? Is it the commute? There's some people who are commuting 2 hours each way in some parts of this country. That is insane. You know, maybe if you're commuting that way, maybe you can negotiate with your boss to, you know, lessen your time, or you can work around it, or lessen your time, or work while you're going to work or something like that, if you can make a compromise. um I would say write down all the things that you kind of like want to do while you're, if anyone's in hibernation such as myself, um write the things that you want to do and see if you can do them. I mean, at the end of the day, like, live your life if you can. That's what one thing that this whole 360 plus days has taught me, is to really grab life by the balls. As some of you may know, some people didn't make it out of this year, of the last year. So just try to live your life to the fullest. Write it down. Write all the things that you want to accomplish. Write the things that give you anxiety. Write things that made you mad. Write the things down that just makes you, you know, get you excited. What are those things? So I urge you to do that practice, and I will do that practice as well. I think it's really important just for us to see it in our faces and write it down, and see what we can do, how to accomplish it, and kind of work backwards. Yes? Yes. Well, thank you for listening to me about my post-pandemic anxiety. Um, like I said, please write down all the things that get you excited and the things that give you anxiety. I will do that for myself as well. We're all going through it. Hopefully, or maybe if you if you're like me who wants to hibernate a little bit longer, maybe you'll go back to normalcy, or maybe you just enjoy being in your cocoon, like I said in the beginning of the video. But thank you for listening. I hope you are well. Please stay well for your mental health, for your mental well-being, for your physical well-being, and if anything, please be good to yourself. Okay, bye.